Beat the devil out of it.
Long ago ran the sun on a folk who had a dream, and the heart and the will and the power. They moved earth, they carved stone, molded hill and channeled stream, that we might stand on the wide plains of Wiltshire. Now men asked who they were, how they built, and wonder why that they rolled standing stones of such size. And what was done neath our shade, what was prayed beneath our skies, as we stood on the weird plains of Wiltshire. Oh, what secrets we could tell if you listen and be still. Rid the stink and the noise from our skirts, but you haven't got the clue, and perhaps you never will. Mute we stand on the cold plains of Wiltshire. Still we loom in the mist as the ages roll away, and we say of our folk they are here, that they built us and they died, and you not be knowing why, save we stand on the bare plains of Wiltshire. Still we loom in the mists as the ages roll away, and we say of our folk they are here, that they built us and they died, and you not be knowing why, save we stand on the bare plains of Wiltshire.
Ah, greetings, adventurers. Welcome to the stream. We're gonna do a little bit of rogue action today. We're out in the Silent Plains currently. It's quite foggy indeed out here. Whoo, so thick you can cut it with a knife. Or a spear. You know what I'm saying? I'm a rogue, so if I'm cutting it with a spear. Whoo, there's a scorpion nearby. Wow. Pretty close to leveling. I could probably solo some creatures and get the remaining level to get to 29. Not that bad. Also, Jabbar's online, Eastern Plains. Let me send him a message. Ahoy, laddie. You grinding? Question mark? Let's see what Jabbar's up to this morning. Pop in early on him. I sent him a message. I said, what up, dude? Let's go. He's probably out there grinding. He's probably working. You just logged off, but you're too low to do anything. Word. What level is your character now, Osiris? I think I'll go to Eastern Plains. We'll go to the east. Sneak our way through here. These prowlers are starting to get orange to me, which means in the next like 2 or 3 levels I could probably solo a lot of prowlers. That prowler's yellow. Probably couldn't solo them now, but like I was saying, like maybe 2 levels when they're all like blue, I could fight these creatures. I think they would be good for skinning. They seem like they'd be pretty good for hides, you know? Thick hides. Monk is 19. You're on the mission to get all the characters to 10. You think 4.5 left to get to there? Yeah, it's nice to have kind of a variety to hop around on. All right. We just got to get past this little part here and we're scot-free. The scorpions I could actually fight, but they're not as good of XP. Also, you can't really skin them, so you know, if I'm gonna put in the effort to like solo a mob, I want to at least be able to skin it as well and get some leatherworking material. Like a 2-for-1, you know? You were liking the warrior. You have a feeling that you might pull ahead once all the lobies are 10. You like those banners or what, dude? Put down those melee banners. Those are good, dude. They're real good. Whenever I'm in a melee group and it's like a warrior's tanking and they're putting down the frickin' melee banners, dude, oh man, it's disgusting. Stuff is dying so fast, and it's not just me, it's like the rest of the group too. You know, you got the warriors melee, you got my melee, usually there's a monk. That's a lot of melee. And you'll see, dude, stuff will just frickin' be deleted, dude. And yeah, you know, the same goes for like a caster group. You put 2 or 3 wizards in a group and stuff's gonna get deleted. You get the war cry, which increases melee damage as well. Yeah, dude, it's spicy, dude. You get into a thick melee group and it gets spicy. We're going to the plains, boys. We got half a bub. I think I can get it. I think I can get level 29, baby. Question is, do I stay bound in Silent Plains? I think I do. I think I should stay bound there, because I might get into a Wild Bloods group again today. There's a lot of people still doing Wild Blood groups. Let's see, we got Ulfric, 25, Dire Lord. We got me, and then we got Jabba. He's going to sleep. He's going to sleep. Also, I got the ring on my paladin yesterday. The Warden's Lost Ring. 2 strength, 10 health, 18 parry rating. It was about 4 p.m., you know, kind of prime time-ish. I decided to go in, and I was just going to set myself up to stay up there on top of the building, right? Log in the next day and get the thing. Well, I snuck my way in. Everything was gray all the way up to it for her. So I snuck my way all the way in, and it was just up. So I looted it. I was going to camp there and like loot the next one, you know, like the next morning or something. And when I got there, it was just there. So I was, shit, just grab it and go, grab it and go. I should have checked for the backpack, though. That's one thing I didn't check for. You need to park your monk for the bag? Yeah, dude. It's probably up right now. At 19, you should be able to sneak to the bag. You can sneak through the rat quarter, I'm pretty sure, at 19. Let's do a little change up here. I need to use my sword. I forgot. I can't backstab from the front, so we gotta take the backstab off, put the waylay on, swap to a sword. The Icebone dagger. The Icebone blade, rather. Not the dagger. The blade. There. That'll work. Aye. To be a dwarf on the open plains, laddie. Front stab, front thrust, let's go. I have two different types of poison. I have one type of poison I can put on the blade. And it only works on the primary blade, by the way. So, those of us who played Warcraft, the offhand blade, even though you can poison it, doesn't do anything, like doesn't proc it or anything. So you just put it on the primary blade, and then this item here is called a toxic elixir. It's more of a buff, and when it explodes, when something hits me, it explodes and it gives me a HOT. So it's a pretty cool little, it's a newer ability that's come out recently. And we can kind of top ourselves off and keep ourselves afloat a little bit. A little bit. It helps. So now the hot just ran off and the creature's almost dead, right? Like I can finish the creature before he finishes me, kind of thing. They definitely upped the ability, like the solo ability of rogues, and so I'm very happy with it. Because it was kind of miserable before. We had a hard time fighting stuff. Even like gray mobs, you know. There were gray mobs that would just give us a run for our money, so it felt weird, you know. Your poison would stack to 2. So I've had some different people say some different stuff. You know, I've actually had people message me, "Hey man, don't put it on your off blade," but the tooltip itself actually says, create 5 vials of synthetic toxin. Applying this toxin to your primary weapon will give it a chance to deal chemical damage to an enemy. So people are taking it literally and saying it only works on primary weapon. That it doesn't actually work on secondary weapon. I mean, I'm down to use it. It's free. It's free. It doesn't cost anything. You just summon it up. So I'm willing to stack it up. And if the buff stacks, then I always felt like it does stack. It probably does stack, dude. Because pretty much everything stacks in this game already, right? Like HOTs, DOTs, freaking you name it. It just about all stacks except for some debuffs like piercing armor, for example, pierced armor. You know, if I do a pierced armor, and there's another rogue of the party, they can't really do another pierced armor. dude. What? Yo, Bo Shangles. Good morning, my friend. How are you today? Thank you so much for the raid. Holy moly. Welcome in, raiders. Welcome in. Dude, I was just freaking... It was a 50-50. I was actually going to play some Atlas today. I rolled up a new map and a new character, and I put some mods on it. There was one mod called Improved Atlas, and it had some cool stuff like improved tropical, improved all the biomes were improved, improved desert, improved this and that. And I was like, okay. And I loaded up some clinger and stuff like that. Some clinger ships. And so, I don't know, I might do a little run, like a little solo run, and go fight some pirate islands and stuff, But I'm pretty close to leveling up to 29 on this rogue, so I thought I'd come out and fight some creatures and push a little XP. Also, I've got my LFG tag up. I'm looking for group, and so we could get into one of these morning groups. You over on Gaming Evolved? I do like Gaming Evolved. I've played there before. It's a cool server. It is a really cool server. You guys pretty active, dude? What are you guys up to? Like, what's the main goal right now on GE, dude? What are you guys working on? It was close, dude. I'm still having a lot of fun with Pantheon, and I still have, big goals to level my character up some more, so I can do some raid content and stuff too. Because there is raid content, but the leveling is pretty long on this game, It takes quite some time to level up. And that's not a bad thing. I'm not complaining. I do like that because it paves the way for more adventure, I guess. Yeah, this is a good place to come skinning if you need to skin for leather. I did skin a lot of leather. In fact, I've got more leather than I can actually cure right now. So I'm gonna have to get some ash tannin to be able to cure any more of that thick leather. That thick leather. But I think I have something close to 17 thick leathers that are already cured. So pretty good. Oh boy, we're sneaking through some werewolves or something over here, man. Freaking. We gotta go east to the open plains. The servers are still pretty fresh and wipe. You're always at your island and breeding, dude? Let me see something here real quick. Is that where Bowshangles just came from? He was playing Atlas too? Let's see what's going on in the Atlas section this morning. It's been a while since I've looked in. Atlas. Nobody's streaming, man. Darn. Not a single person streaming Atlas this morning. Sheesh. We could have been at the top of the category. That's cool. I did erase my like single player map. You know, I started up a new map and I put those mods on it. I put Klinger on there, and then I put I like Lazy's Cosmetics. Lazy's Cosmetics is pretty good. They got a whole bunch of hairstyles and some different stuff. And that's about it. You know, I just put enough stuff on there that I thought would be pretty fun. What time do you usually stream, Silva? It's not even 4 a.m. is why you're not live? Yeah, I feel you there. I'm one of those guys. I get on early. Early riser, dude. Always have been. Always have been. And I feel like I get a little more energy in the morning. Hey, there's a big chicken. Come here, big chicken. Woo! Now that is one big chicken. That's one big chicken, yeah. That's one big chicken, yeah. Got him. Something here. Should I use explosive trap, do you think? Elixir of opportunity. Prepare an elixir that releases a cloud of smoke when broken. The next time you receive physical damage, release a cloud of smoke. This smoke gives you an advantage in combat, granting 2 additional opportunity. It's good, but it's hard to, you know, I don't know. Ooh, shadow planning. Let's do that. Let's see. There's a lot of cool utilities and stuff that we have as a rogue. And so I am enjoying that. And there was talks of different types of venoms as well, different types of poisons. You know, I would like to see some of that, like a slowing poison, or I don't know. I mean, you don't want to necessarily directly copy some of the other games, but some of the other games I've played have had stuff like that, like slowing, like numbing poison and this and that, and you know. So, different poisons would be pretty cool. get some options of choice there. We're going chicken hunting. Out on the open plains. And there are some griffins and stuff out here too. Some big old birds. They're quite aggressive, these griffins, in their natural habitat. Great, now you got ICP in your head? My buddy was into ICP. My brother and sister did. My younger brother and sister, they're about 10 years younger than me. They were big into that Juggalo stuff and like ICP and, you know. It wasn't really my thing. You know, I already liked my own kind of music. Mostly rock music and stuff like that. It is what it is, you know. I've had lots of friends who, you know, some of them, they only like punk rock music, or they only like, you know, certain stuff. And for me, it ended up kind of mainly being rock music. My first album I ever had as a kid, I had Guns N' Roses. I had an Appetite for Destruction tape. And that was my first like musical album that I would play and listen to. Good old GNR. But my tastes would change, you know. I went into more of a heavy metal phase through high school. Then I kind of came out of that and was more of a like an alternative style into my 20s. I got into techno and stuff as well around that age, which was a whole different experience, you know, because you kind of had to have a little enhancement to really get into it. But once you did, it was quite enjoyable. You know, and nowadays I like weird shit, you know. Frickin', I'll listen to some frickin' like Tokyo pop and some frickin', you know, some anime music and shit, you know, just different stuff. You go through different changes. Twisted Sisters, come out and play, let's go. You know that one song, Boshengle's smoking in the boys' room. Smoking in the boys' room. Dude, that's what we used to get into back then. My sisters had this killer basement, dude. I had 2 teenage sisters when I was a kid. They were about 10 years older than me. And they like lived in my grandma's basement, dude. And it was an old Minnesota house, Victorian house. And it had like a deep basement. It was damn near a whole apartment underneath the house, you know. Laundry room, 2 bedrooms, a big main room that they had. And they had all these rock posters everywhere, up over the whole, everywhere in there, dude, covered in rock posters. But it was cool, man. We used to watch MTV. They would let me watch MTV with them and stuff like that. So there's a lot of influence from my older sisters there. But like, even my mom and dad were, they liked rock music too. Like my mom was real more like hippie style rock, and then my dad liked stuff like, you know, like Phil Collins and Genesis and Simply Red and stuff, like a lot of 80s rock. He liked a lot of that 80s like synth rock, you know. And that stuff's pretty cool, dude. There's a lot of really good music there. A lot of good music there. There's this one attack I'm trying to do. I have to get above the target to do it. So that's why you see me like getting on a hill and kind of jumping and stuff. My opener, one of my big openers requires me to be above the target. It's pretty cool. It's like a down thrust. Punk classic rock yourself, Kenthros? Nice, dude. I like some punk. I grew up, you know, I hung out with some punkers a few times, and, you know, they'd be listening to, you know, Sublime and NoFX and all this other stuff. Swinging Utters. I remember hearing the name Swinging Utters, and I was like, whoa, that's a crazy name. Right on, right on. Your parents were some Pink Floyd / Moody Blues folks? Dude, Pink Floyd was dope. I went through a little Pink Floyd phase. They were a trip, huh? Like real mood music, like it's real thick, you know, it's got a lot of atmospheric to it. So it's real thick music, dude. You feel like you're floating through that music. Takes you on a journey for sure. Alrighty, you gonna get out of here, Osiris? Dude, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you had a fantastic night, and we'll catch you on the next one, my friend. One of these days, dude, we're gonna get you to fire up on a stream for this game. It'll be fun. See you later, dude. Get some sleep. You think you tried skateboarding once and ate shit, so you just hung out with that crowd and never did it again? I injured my foot skateboarding as well. So I kind of would skate around a little bit, do some curb slides and stuff, some little stuff. And then one day I got real brave, and I was trying to like do a hand plant on the board. I was trying to like basically had my feet up in the air and my hands on the board, kind of a thing. And when I came down, and when my foot hit the side of the ground, I actually cracked the bottom of one of the bones in the foot, like right in the middle. And so I had to wear a cast and stuff for a little bit. But that was the last time I skated. I was like, okay, well, skating's not for me. I ended up getting a Nintendo and became a gamer. Went from skater to gamer, dude, just like that. But it was fun. I will say that when I had the energy to do it, and I was like small enough and light enough to do it pretty well, you know, I did enjoy skateboarding. It was pretty fun. Alright. We gotta wait for this bleed to run out before I can use the flask again. Or it'll break the flask, which is fine. But it's another minute until I can do another flask. So it's actually quicker just to wait it out. It's quicker to wait it out. I can attack this creature a little bit injured, and the flask will heal me up. We want to get a good opener if we can, though. So I got to get above the target, and then I can shadow fall, which is a very good opener. I don't have to shadow fall open. I can like waylay open and do a whole bunch of other stuff. I can, you know, I'm using a sword because I'm soloing. I can't really get my backstabs off, so that's why I'm using a sword currently. Since I'm always fighting it from the front, you know, it's you need something powerful, and waylay fills that role. Okay, skin the creature. Use the elixir. There. So that bleed proc just used my elixir again, which gave me another HOT. So I'm actually regenerating right now. I'm healing up. Like a more of a fast heal. You could do either or. You can like use your elixir to top off, or you can ready your elixir for the next battle. Either way. You think if you even looked at a skateboard now, your leg would break? Dude, the boards nowadays are so skinny, dude. They're small as hell. They're springy. But, yeah, they're very small nowadays. The whole dynamic of skating has changed. You know, cheers to those who do it, though. And some of them are pretty cool. There's some YouTube content that I really like. It's where professional skaters are driving around town, and they see skaters, dude, and they're like, "Yo, do a kickflip! Yo!" They're all yelling at them out the window, "Do a kickflip!" And so if the person like randomly does the flip, the kickflip, or even tries to or whatever, they'll get like some merch, you know. I saw a couple of famous skateboarders do it. Tony Hawk has a couple of really good videos where he's driving around and he's yelling at random skaters, "Do a kickflip!" And he gives them like a signed board and stuff like that, you know. So it's a real good, like, cool video to watch. It made me feel good. You seen them, dude? Silva, have you seen any of those videos, dude? Freaking, they had Wee Man in one of them one time. Little Wee Man's riding around in a van, freaking, "Do a kickflip!" And then if people did it, he'd pull up and give them a skateboard. You know, I thought that was pretty cool. That's the kind of content I like, dude. Freaking in the raw, wild content. Wholesome content, though. Not like, you know, bum fights or nothing. I hated that. I hated that kind of stuff. They give some nice merch out. Yeah, dude. That's what I'm saying, man. And it's not all about the give out either, but the give out is the like reward of it, you know. You see the give out and you're like, "Oh, hell yeah, there we go." It like makes someone's day, which makes your day. You can absorb some of that positive energy. Yeah, man. This is that solo life, dude. Just fighting big birds. Them big old birds, man. Dino birds. We're out on the open plains. Just getting a little experience. You know, there's not... the quests in this game are a bit more for rewards, you know. They're for... They didn't want to have, like, generic quests where you do repetitive stuff for experience gains all the time. And so the quest system is while it does give some experience for certain quests and some coin and stuff like that, it's more for obtaining items or skills or progression into a new area, that kind of thing, you know. Purposeful. The quests are more purposeful or more related to a storyline versus something you just do to get some XP. Kevin Hart respite, watch out for them, them bums, they'll get you. Dude. Sometimes hobos be getting a little upset, you know, if you don't give them some coin. Say, listen, man, I don't have no cash on me. Sorry, I can't help you, dude. And then get out of range, you know, get out of frickin' melee range. Max range, you know, you gotta keep max range. Let me see here. Shadow planning. Oh, wow. It's like a channel. Oh, is it too? Carefully plan your next attacks from the shadows. Increasing your physical crit chance by 10% for 5 seconds. It's so low. Like how... So am I supposed to be able to do that and then this real quick? That's so, like, small of a time. Let's try something here. Shadow planning. Whoa, okay, 120. Okay, not bad. That was an okay attack. That was an okay opener. Okay, very interesting, very interesting. We can use the explosive decoy as well. This thing's pretty interesting too. Yeah, it was a little rough. It was a little rough. My freaking Keurig broke yesterday, so I'm drinking tea this morning. It's not bad. It's not bad. But I ordered a new one, a new Keurig. It's about $35, something like that, so not really too expensive. I feel like that's pretty cool. It should come like Monday, maybe Saturday. But it's scheduled to come Monday. But I do prefer coffee over tea in the morning, I think. You know, like I'm actually missing the coffee. I'm like, oh man, I wish I had coffee. Okay, we get the elixir on, hit the shadows. Let's try this again, this frickin' shadow planning. Seems alright. Shadow planning, shadow planning, shadow planning. Waylay. Yeah, 147. I dig it, I dig it. That's a good waylay. I also get a 5% haste for having a dagger in my offhand, so I'm doing primary sword, offhand dagger. Primary weapon sword, offhand dagger. I can attack from the front, and I also get the plus 5% haste from the dagger. Pretty cool. We're just out here fighting big chickens. Seems like the XP is really low because how many chickens have I slain? Like 10? And I've barely moved, man. My XP bar's barely moved. I've fought a lot of dark blues as well, so it's not just... There are some light blues, yeah. But I don't know, man. Oh, that didn't work out so good. Let's do another shadow planning. Planning, and slash. Ooh, 127. I like it. I like it. So I guess that's a different opener. I bet you that is freaking... I bet you I could see 200 with a backstab doing that. Let's do this. I'm going to move it over here. Where is the spring wire trap? Okay. So, where is the explosive trap actually? There. Okay. That is a lot of traps. It's pretty cool to have some trap options. I am enjoying that. So here's what we'll do. We'll put a trap here behind it, right? And then we'll do our shadow planned opener. And then we'll bring him back to the trap, dude. Yes. Boom, baby. Got him. I'm not seeing that griffin out here. Some people may have slain him. Wow, look at the look at that sky. Just out here on the plains, dude, just doing plain things. You can see that's like an armband of the galaxy, huh? That's an armband of the galaxy, dude. Let's do print screen. Let's do a little screenshot. We're gonna post a screenshot, folks. We're posting it. What does that look like? Let's see. Between the pillars of creation. I'm just gonna say between the pillars of creation, dude. People are gonna be like, what the fuck, dude? Between the pillars of creation. I like it. Screenshot sharing. Nice. Dude, I feel all cozy and spicy right now, bro. This is prime adventuring. Prime adventuring. Whoa, what am I aggroed with? I'm in combat with something. Oh! Holy moly. Where's this guy coming from? Whoa. Holy moly. We are basically in combat. Wow. Dang. He was on it, huh? How did we have enough time to... Well, how did that even happen? We would take a screenshot and post it and put blurbs and everything. And we come back and frickin' this dino's rampaging across the plains at me. Holy moly, dude. Did I leave a trap somewhere out there and he like hit it? I bet he did, dude. That was probably on me. But how could the trap last that long? I don't know, man. I'm spooked. I'm spooked. Hey, Kenthros, how's the game running with the new updates? You've been taking a break from doing a bit of FF14. I feel like it's been pretty good. The Unreal Engine 6, you mean? Oh, not Unreal, but Unity. The Unity 6 is quite nice, quite nice. When they first put it out, they had to actually rescind it to a earlier version of U6. So when they put it out at some certain version of it, but then they did have to pull that back. And so there was like an emergency patch to fix something. They brought it to a earlier version of the Unity 6. So it was still Unity 6, but it had actually reverted back at one point. But I feel like it is running a lot smoother. Yeah, it's nice. It's pretty nice. All right. Let's go ahead and put this trap here. Shadow plan, my attack. Get these poisons up, armor thingy, stun them, okay. Come to the trap, come to the trap, come to the trap. Boom. Now that is how you trap them. You think after a few patches, or when the Druid comes out, you'll wipe your characters and start from scratch, pick a new server? Nice, dude. Yeah, everybody's really anticipating the Druid, and I think it'll be pretty cool. I'm looking forward to it as well. I'll probably stay, I'm probably not going to make a Druid, but, I know a lot of people who do want to make one. But I could make another character and level up with them. I just don't know what I would make. Because really I'm mostly just interested in the characters I already play. You know what I mean? The Bard I could probably do a little alt with when that comes out eventually. I could see myself playing a Bard. Could be pretty fun. But I'm loving this rogue. Holy moly, do I love this rogue. Damn, I feel like I'm just not getting very much XP at all out here, which is weird. It is moving, it is moving. It just looks like it's not, but it has moved. Still a bit of a slow XP gain, slow XP gain. Just gotta keep on fighting, man. Here's a dark blue mob. Let's go ahead and do our shadow planning. And big opener, big opener, big opener. 93 on the waylay, it's not bad. Oh boy. Look at this panther is freaking sneaking right up to me. Whew, what a sneaker he is. You might do a bit of warrior. That'd be pretty fun. Level up a warrior. I don't know. I found that higher level tanking's not as fun. Playing my paladin was really fun until post 20. And then post 20 it was like a little harder. You had to, you had to get into these groups and stuff. And then you do feel a bit locked down, like I'm just standing still, fighting thing after thing after thing after thing after thing, and so I don't know, wasn't as cool as like this, even though this is essentially the same thing where I'm fighting thing after thing after thing, but I'm moving around. There's like, there's a little time between pulls to sit and like take your hands off the keyboard and mouse for a second, On the paladin, when I was in a higher level group, it's like chain pulls and frickin' no chill. It's no chill. And that's where the juice is. That's, you want those. You want the chain pulls and stuff like that. But it just feels a little different on the other end of being the tank for it, Yo, Trapped 87, what up? Woo! IGT in the house, how you doing? You're probably about to just delete the 27 Paladin? No, do not do that. Do not do that. That's just how I felt on my paladin. I was like, You like grouping paladins? Yeah, I was having trouble with mine. I was getting into like slightly higher level areas, you know, and so I couldn't hold the aggro from the DPS. DPS was like too strong, too powerful. Even the healers' heals were so strong I couldn't hold the aggro from it. So that was a little tough. That was a little tough. If I'm higher level and I'm tanking like a lower level area, then it's pretty nice. It's a breeze. It's easy. Paladin is great, just the devs have no idea. Buff the most played class and give the least played class 2 tooltips. Joan of Arc held aggro fine when we grouped. Shaman buff was actually crazy. Yeah. Yeah, you're right about that. It's got to be a little higher level, I think, to hit those werewolves. Otherwise, it just kind of doesn't work as good, you know? Tame that pelican? That'd be cool, huh? Go riding around on it. Let's go. They do plan to have rideable mounts in the game, but I've also heard the main dev say, the main creative guy, he says he doesn't want it to be a zoo. Like, he doesn't want millions of different kinds of mounts and animals and tames, and you know what I mean? Like, it's one thing to have some horses that you can ride from like town to town or something, but it's a whole other thing to have all this taming and people riding dinos and other stuff, you know. I feel it. I feel it. As much as I like to do that too, it would dull the game a bit, I think. He's crazy. The world wants creatures to ride. That made me laugh, bro. That was funny. Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, from a perspective, because, like, if you look over at WOW, they have, like, achievements and collections, and, you know, people have, like, mount show-offs. I remember Asmongold was doing those for a while, where he would pull up, and he'd get on a mount, and then everyone would have to get on the same mount. And if they didn't have it, they were out. You know what I mean? Like, so he would just, it'd be like all the way down to the last guy whoever had all the same mounts as him would win. I thought that was pretty fun and cool. It's like a server event, you know what I mean? Like an unofficial player-driven server event. Which are always nice too. We're on the grind. We're on the grind. It's getting there, man. It's getting close. My ding bar is getting full. I'm gonna ding. It's gonna be a ding. Ding dong. Who is it? Level 29, man. Come on. It's a lot of fighting. The game you're playing called If the Sun Sets, it has mounts, but you can only summon them to ride, and when you get off of it, it actually unsummons him. Could be a good workaround for the game. All right. Let me do this real quick. I need to step away very quickly just to refresh myself real quick. So we should be safe here in the middle of the plains. Just right in the middle. Hell, fuck it. This is how I go AFK. Let me know if I die, chat. Be right back. Alright, I'm back. Hey, thanks a bunch, chat, for hanging out. Keeping a watch over my character here while I quickly AFK. Alright, we need to repoison our blades. We gotta repoison the blades. Now, oh, did you see that, dude? All of a sudden, I flashed into combat and then flashed out. This place is getting trippy. It's getting trippy. Trippy bubbles. I never see that guy stream anymore. He's a good streamer. It's tough, huh? It takes a lot of time and effort. So. Alright, there we go. We're slaying the creatures. My XP doesn't look like it's moving very much, man. I feel like I've killed a lot of these guys. It looks like it's moving here, but for some reason the blue bar here at the bottom, it looks like it's frozen at a certain amount. Unpopular opinion, you'd prefer no amounts? I think that would be alright too. Like, what if they had instead of a flight path, right? What if they had a carriage that you could rent and it would take you from town to town, or you know what I mean? Like, but you actually had to sit and ride it like a flight path. I think that would be pretty cool, because you would have had to have arrived at that town previously in order to unlock the location as a destination to travel to. Then you'd have to pay coin to take the automatic ride. You can step away from the keyboard. Hey guys, I'll see you there. I'm on the wagon. I'm on the carriage to Demeth. You know, I'll be there in a few minutes. I'm on the carriage. I'm stepping away. I think it'd be cool, man. But you're right. Riding a mount all over the land kind of doesn't seem appealing to me. Maybe when the whole continent is out. Yeah, it will be a big world, so the map has been a little bit updated now to show the entire continent. And this is the area that we have access to. So everyone who's playing Pantheon right now is playing in this small area, which is about 6 different zones worth. 6 different zones worth currently. And then you got to figure this is the rest of the continent, and then according to the world map there's like a couple other continents as well. So there's definitely going to be some form of travel. We are currently in these plains here. And I'm kind of like floating around this area of the plains. This is the open area where I'm just kind of floating around and fighting creatures. Yeah. Pretty cool. There's a bunch of areas that are still kind of locked off. At some point, it's going to be just a whole static, like, open world with no zone lines or anything. Hey, Dredmere, welcome to the stream. Hello, hello. You didn't know there was dinos in the game? Yeah, these are pretty cool. Kind of like a duck-billed raptor or something. Not really a raptor. There are other raptors in the game, so I've seen raptors as well as these. There's some pretty large, like, scale dogs, almost like a reptilian dog sort of a thing. But we're fighting these. I'm pretty close to leveling up. I'm also looking for a group, so we might find a higher level group that's grinding out there. Still a little early. We're in those D-Gen hours, those early hours. Is it harder to find groups after 20? Well, there's more of the player population that's around the 20s right now, so it's been better. But yeah, it has been hard in the past. It really has. You know, but there's a lot of groups. Let me see here. Currently, we got 3 people out here. We got a Dire Lord, a Wizard, and a Rogue. You know, the 3 of us could probably team up. We could find a healer, start doing harder enemies. Some people are grinding. They're kind of like, oh, I'm just soloing. You know, I'm busy at work, or I'm busy working from home, but I can fight, you know, a couple of rats here and there between calls. So I get it. I get it. When I would too, if I could. Let's do a quick check for some treasure chests over here. Sometimes this place has treasure. And we can take a quick look. We could take a quick look since we're here. We're looking for some treasure. Not seeing any. Sometimes there's one down here, and then sometimes there's one over there by that guy. But I'm not seeing any, so no treasure. The boxes kind of have like a pH system in place where, you know, there's only allowed X number of treasure chests up in a certain area, you know. There's also a cooldown on them on each location as well. So, like, it's under 4 hours because I've timed a few of them. But let's say the cap is like 10 chests or something, right? So let's say there's 10 chests in the zone. You find one, you loot it, then another chest will pop that's like ready to go, ready to pop on the timer. And that'll pop somewhere else. But there's also like hard cooldowns, so if you're actively going around and getting a bunch of chests, you can get them all, but then they'll be gone for a while. And most of my theories are coming from stuff that I've done myself, like chest runs that I've done. You go in Hell Near, you check all the chest spots. You know, some will be down, some will be up, whatever. But then if you do like a second run through, ones that were down will be up, you know, and then you get those, and then everything's down for like an hour or two, you know, because you've essentially gone through and gotten all of them. Dreadmare, what kind of character did you create? All right, we've been fed and we drank. Just keep looking around. Let's keep looking around for some of these big boy chickens. This is where Chick-fil-A gets their chicken. It's a good source, you know what I mean? Like, I can't really knock them for that. It's a good source of a lot of chicken. Yummy. A little bit of tea. A spot of tea. But tea makes me have to use the restroom more than coffee does. That's for sure. You're going to work, Trapped 87? Word, dude. Have a good day, man. Thank you so much for coming by the stream. Noki84 says, it's basically impossible to backstab while solo now since the patch. Did they change something out? I never really backstabbed while soloing. The only thing I know how to do is like stun them and then go around behind them and actually get a rear backstab off. But from what I understand, apparently halflings were able to backstab from the front. So halflings were kind of like front backstabbing. Front thrusting is what they were essentially doing. They were thrusting from the front. Those halflings, dude. I figured it'd be freaking hobbits, dude. That's how they got the term blunt the knives. That's the real reason why they got the term blunt the knives. They're frickin' thrusting from the front. They're thrusting with them. Yo, Sinja, what's up? Front thrusting does sound a little gross, doesn't it? Like, hey, what technique is that? What's that? Hey, get that out of here. I'm doing sword in the main hand, dagger in the offhand. Sword/dagger combo. It was super easy to do it while solo, just a quick dance. Now that the skill will highlight, but not really go off. It was so easy before, you just passed on all non-dagger spears in your group to be nice, dude. Oh, shit. So now you're out there with no weapon, or no weapon that you want to use. Yeah, I always kept a set. One slasher and one blunt in my bag here. One blunt, one slasher, just in case I need to swap it up or do some different debuffs or whatever, depending on the group composition. You know, there's been a bunch of times where I get into a group and it's like 3 wizards, you know what I mean? And so frickin' I'll switch to a blunt either in the main hand or the offhand. And I'll lower the magic resistance of the mob, the debuff I can do with the blunt weapon. Then all those wizards just go to town, dude. They get all their nukes off. Their nukes are hitting for more. They're critting for larger. And that's much more damage than I can do. Sundervine Grazers. It's kind of odd that it's plural, isn't it? Sundervine Grazers. But I guess they're sort of pack animals. They're always around each other. I wonder if I can fight like a yellow mob. That's the real question. I can do blues and light blues, you know. But I'm just wondering how high can I fight stuff? Can I do an actual frickin' even con, you know? These are important questions. I'm glad the auto attacks, the white hits, are doing a lot of damage. Let's see, south outgoing. So yeah, so 17 poison damage with weak poison, 19 poison damage, physical damage with auto attack. Yeah, that's really nice. That's really nice. The damage has been scaled up considerably. And so I feel like I'm frickin'... I feel like a frickin' real rogue, dude. I feel so good. Grazer meat. We're getting a lot of grazer meat out here. And it does look like a chicken drumstick. Hey, Fat Matt loves spaghetti, dude. How you doing, my friend? Good to see you. What if you could do cool stuff like pickpocket in unoxidized fecal matter from animals and sell it for a lot of money to farmers? I think you could, dude. You could go into the fertilizer business, and you could definitely. I feel like these birds would be easier to do it to because, perfect size. This dwarf is the perfect size for the job. Hello, everyone. Spaghetti is amazing, and so are you. What's up, dude? Good morning, my friend. We're doing a little bit of fighting here. I'm so close to leveling. Look at this. Look at this frickin' level bar. It's so full. These are dark blue and light blue mobs. So, not bad XP. They're not amazing XP, but also I can handle fighting them. So that's the important part, Sometimes it's all about what can you actually handle to fight. But I did think they would be a little more. I thought they would be a little higher XP than this. Because we've been fighting. I've been fighting probably like 30 of these. So when I first got out here, I had. I was about right here. Like I was like a smidgen over the bubble line on this last bubble. And so I didn't think it was going to be this many mobs. I thought it would be like, like maybe 10 or 15 of them or something. But we're going on about 30/40. Dark blue and light blues. And that's just for the one bubble. So it's kind of a lot, I think. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe not, but I do think it's a kind of a lot. So close yet so far. Exactly, man. These freaking giant chickens. I need some kind of bandaging, I think. A first aid. We need a first aid skill. Or something like that. Maybe I'm missing something. There could be some bandages, like actual usable bandages. Because it would be perfect for me right now to like bandage up and then try and fight the next mob. But it's also not bad to have a little break, like a small rest break between mobs. Oh no, did we get booted, dude? Hello, hello, hello. We may have had a slight disconnect slash reconnect just occur. I just saw a notification for that. Oh, it's always something, man. It's always something with this internet. Got muted? Alright.